With the war in Ukraine raging, wheat, corn, and soybeans are headed toward their highest prices in history. The war and the sanctions imposed against Russia could sustain such an intense economic shock that we could be headed for a soft commodity supercycle. A commodity supercycle is when commodity prices have risen past their historical trends, and there appears to be no end in sight to this price rise. For us in the West, as we go and do things like buy our groceries and feed our children, every day when we get around the kitchen table, we're going to notice the price of those staple things that we consume, like cornflakes, are much higher than they were a year ago. The reason for this is that Russia and Ukraine are breadbasket countries. They are responsible for about 30% of the global wheat supply. As Washington and its allies move to unplug Russia from the global economy, it should be mindful of the unintended consequences far from the battlefield in Ukraine. The leading destination for Russian and Ukrainian agri-commodities include Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and China. Countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Egypt, Lebanon, and Morocco together account for more than 40% of their corn and wheat from the Black Sea region. Let's not forget, the last time global food prices began to spike in 2007, the pressure stoked political and economic instability across the developing world. They also fueled social and political unrest that precipitated the Arab Spring protests. But those are not the only concerns. The Kremlin may also weaponize the food chain to pressure its adversaries as a reminder of the leverage Moscow holds over these global food staples. It is picking and choosing where it is going to sell its commodities to. With the global population increasing by 20 million per quarter, the world is going to need more free flow of agricultural commodities, not less. The economic fallout won't just affect the West. It'll affect the poorest countries of the world hardest because of disruptions in supply chain and disruption in commodity flows and the rising in prices, something they will have to deal with for decades to come.